Hey, welcome back to the podcast, the Evil Dungeon Master Universe podcast. I'm your host, Evil Dungeon Master Vince. Hopefully you're doing well. It's Friday. It's end of the week. It's time to finally get to the weekend. Hopefully you have off this weekend and you have a game planned. If you don't, then I'm sure you have one soon. But remember, if you're planning and writing things up and doing those things that a dungeon master would do or creating characters, you're still playing the game in a sense. So don't worry about it. You'll eventually have that game. Ask the DM at theevildm.com is my email address. Patreon.com/theevildm is where you can support me, or you can join me on YouTube by clicking the join button to support me. With that all out of the way, today we're going to be talking about a spell. I'm reaching into the mailbag today because I thought it was kind of cool. So this one comes from Death Metal. Awesome name, Death Metal. And he wanted me to talk about Phase Door, the magic user spell. Asked me about it and wanted me to know my thoughts on it. So here we go. If you turn to the player's handbook on page 88, Phase Door is an alteration spell. It's a 7th level magic user spell. It is range touch usage, 1 usage for every 2 levels. Effect special. The component is only verbal and the casting time is 7 seconds. Now, we're going to read the spell description here, and then we'll get into some ways that you could possibly use this. I'm just trying to zoom in here. When the spell is cast, the magic user attunes his or her body, and a section of the wall is affected as if by pass wall spell. You can see that before. The Phase Door is invisible to all creatures save the spellcaster, and only he or she can use the spell or passage the spell creates, disappearing when the Phase Door is entered and appearing when it is exited. The Phase Door lasts for 1 usage for every 2 levels of experience of the spellcaster. It can be dispelled only by casting Dispel Magic from a higher level magic user, or by several lower level magic users casting in concert. I like that. Casting in concert. It's a funny topic. When combined levels of experience are more than double that of the magic user who casts the spell. So I just imagine, the magic user is running away from someone, and he starts casting this spell into a wall, and then boom, he runs through the wall, and everyone's like, "What?" Kind of reminds me the Harry Potter movie when they were trying to run through the secret little entrance and they kept crashing. People who try to follow don't have the ability to do so, just crash. Or like the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Remember when in the cartoon? And yeah, I'm dating myself here, but when the Roadrunner would run through the wall, and then the coyote would go smash right into the wall and go, "What the heck?" and scratch his head trying to figure out why it happened. So what Phase Door really does, it really becomes a passable exit, but only to the magic user. There's no glowing portal or swirling mist. You just walk through whatever you decide to do, and that's it. And only the magic user really is the one that sees this. So, this isn't really a team spell. There's no dragging your party through it. There's no passing the fighter's corpse to safety or anything like that. Only the caster gets to slip away, which makes this a control move. You vanish from combat, you bypass a locked vault, you set up a nasty ambush, and no one even knows that the door is there. Now, that brings up a question in my mind as I'm thinking about this. So, the fighter who is dead or passed out or whatever and needs help, can a magic user throw him over his or her body as an accessory, so to speak, and walk through the Phase Door? Why not? His items do, his clothes do. Those are not really part of his body. So could a fighter body or someone draped over him go through as well? It's a DM decision there as far as I'm concerned, and it's possible. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that as Dungeon Masters out there, how you'd rule that. According to the rules, the Phase Door, let's see here. When the spell is cast, the magic user returns his or her body, and a section of the wall is affected. As like, okay, so his or her body, which includes, I'm assuming, clothes. Otherwise, the magic user is going to have to get butt naked and go through the wall. So why couldn't the fighter over his shoulder be considered part of him? I mean, the backpack on him is considered it, right? I'm letting you think about that for a minute because it does. So why couldn't he grab a fighter, for that matter, and throw it? Now, I could see a DM, since this is a single use spell as far as just the magic user, I could see the DM saying no to him, like holding hands with party members and doing the whole grab your buddy, make sure you stay together in kindergarten thing when you do that little walk across field trips when everybody holds their buddy's hand in one big chain line and walk there. Yeah, I could see him saying no to that, but throwing something over your shoulder or whatever, I could see that being allowed. I have no problem with that. So I don't know. What do you really? I really want to know what you think out there. So, I mean, some people consider this selfish magic because you can only cast it and you're the only one that can go through it. I mean, but I think if it's more of a save my own neck spell, it's really perfect for a big bad NPC. He's fighting. He's got his minions there. Kind of like the old Cobra Commander or Skeletor getting away from the He-Man cartoon. When they go through that little secret door and they run away. Oh, it's always the bad guy that does that in the Bond movies or something. They always sneak away, and then the heroes can't follow because either the door becomes solid or whatever. But yeah, they just be like, you're fighting the party, and they cast a spell, and all of a sudden they see him backing up, and they see him just run right through the wall, and they're like, what the hell? Phase door. That's what he did. It's great for it's really good for escape plans. It's really one thing to do, and it helps out. I'm interested to see what you think in the comments about this spell and some ideas that you have for the spell, because you think about it, and I just it just smacked me in the face. At 14th level, you get 7 uses of the spell. That means you can duck in and out of the same spot multiple times, go in, drop a fireball scroll, slip back out, wait around, go back in, stab someone in the back, treat like a personal dimension door on loop or something like that. So now I'm wondering, since you can do that, you can, if you want to, drop in, drop out, slip back, blah, 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 use it as a step. Would you allow in your campaign a magic user to lean out of this door or lean out of the wall and cast a spell? I don't see why not. If it's there and you get the duration of the usage, so why couldn't he just lean out, cast a fireball, boom, go right back in for protection? I see no problem with that. Yeah, it works out pretty interesting there if you use this phase door like that. I mean, obviously you got to be 14th level ish to actually make it worthwhile. So, I mean, it's going to be a long time before using the 7th level spell as it is to begin with, because most of the time, most people don't get up that high in level, so they won't be using this phase door spell. But it's often one that you can think about to use when you get up that high in levels, so think about it. I want to know what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think. Ask the DM at theevildm.com. Thank you, Death Metal, for the email suggestion for today's topic on Friday, ending the week on an interesting note for a spell. If you want to send it in your little topic questions, or just you want to give me some feedback, feel free to ask the DM at theevildm.com. Patreon.com/theevildm is where you can support me, or youtube.com/theevildm, and hit the join button for 99 cents a month. You can support the channel. With that said, I'm going to head out. I want to say keep it original, keep it old school. Good night. God bless everyone.